such an honor to be here with you ladies today. I get to hang out around the men too much. It's wonderful to come be around the women. My name is Amy Sharp, and I am the president of FishHer, Columbia Pacific Community Alliance. I'm also a commercial fisherwoman out of Astoria on fishing vessel Spring Persuader. And I'd like to start today with a journal entry, actually, from March 25th, 2022. 11:57 p.m. I awoke to John sternly telling me, "Move! A boat is going down right here." And the scared voice of a fisherman making a mayday call on channel 16. The captain was able to send out that the White Swan was taking on water and going down fast, and that they were in the vicinity of the north end of the South Bank. That was the last we heard before he lost power to his vessel and could no longer speak on the radio. We had been trolling with them the entire day, and John was familiar with where their last location had been approximately. We immediately took off in that direction. We searched for 5.5 hours. The Christie Lee, the Coast Guard, and ourselves all looking. It took 2 hours before the first coordinates came from the EPIR. The Coast Guard lifeboat and helicopter were present in searching. At the beginning of the search efforts, visibility was good. Then the wind picked up. The water became rougher, mist rolled in. Visibility deteriorated. The helicopter terminated search effort approximately 3:45 to 4 a.m. The life raft was located with no one in it. John and I searched the debris field. We found garbage, a can of WD-40, and food floating in the debris field. The Coast Guard found the deceased body of Billy Hooton, a 30-year-old woman floating upside down. It had been her first experience commercial fishing. Sorry, I do a lot of advocating for our fishermen and trying to get funding for life-saving equipment because I couldn't save Billy. I spoke with England Marine's life raft packing shop here, and they informed me that they get 65 rafts from Astoria and Warrenton area. They're sure that there's another 15 or 20 that get their rafts serviced elsewhere. England Marine's raft shop sells inside 50-mile flare kits for $306.68 and beyond 50-mile kits for $484.91. These flare kits are good for 3 years. The cost to repack a raft now is anywhere from $750 to $1,500, depending on the year of the raft and what is expired at the time of servicing. On average, the cost is somewhere around $900. 65 rafts times $306.68 for just the inside 50-mile flare kits, that's $19,934.20. That amount alone is just shy of 20 grand. That doesn't include the cost for beyond 50-mile flare kits or life raft repacking. So I'd like to tell you a little bit more about FishHer. Our mission is to empower women to strengthen local commercial fisheries, families, and waters through outreach, service, emergency response, and blue economy initiatives. We value sustainable fisheries. We promote sustainable fisheries by providing opportunities for our community to engage with conservation, restoration, and environmental responsibility to preserve our Columbia Pacific for present and future generations. We value resilient communities. We support resilient communities by offering outreach, education, and assistance to our fishing families and fishing communities. We also value economic prosperity and independence. We champion locally harvested seafood products through promotion, development, and improving our seafood resources, direct market initiatives, and blue economy infrastructure. January 2024, our region lost an important part of its blue economy infrastructure when the Ilwaco landing was destroyed by fire. In the aftermath, fishing communities across the coast came together to support the Ilwaco crab fleet in an effort known as the Ilwaco Strong Initiative. As women from the Columbia Pacific region, we united to feed volunteers, which sparked the realization that our region needed a fishermen's organization like FishHer. From the ashes, FishHer has risen as the wives, mothers, daughters, and women of this fishing industry and this fishing community. We are driven to change the future for the safety culture of the most dangerous industry in our nation.
I'm sorry.
May I answer any questions?
I'll ask the question that someone had asked. If you win this, what would you do with the $10,000?
So I'm going to backtrack real quick and just read my last line from my speech because I was almost there. We ask for you to please breathe life into our life-saving equipment program. Recently, Joel Kalahara, who is a dear friend of mine, fell overboard when he was fishing offshore of Washington, and the Coast Guard intercepted his vehicle outside of Eureka, California. If he had been able to have a man overboard switch on his vessel, it could have killed the engine to his vessel, and he would have had an opportunity to swim back to his boat. We're also wanting to get money for inflatable emergency ladders. They mount on the railing with a string going into the water, and if the engine shuts down, the fisherman swims to the boat, they can pull on the string for an inflatable ladder to go 6 feet down into the water for them. We also need more life jackets, we need flare kits, we need money for life raft repacking. So we have a whole slew of things for our life-saving equipment program, and we're just asking, please, if you'd be willing to support us. We really need the support. Do you have time for one more? Okay.
Was that a no or a yes?
Yes.
Okay. So my question is, as a person who's worked in industries, I know what kind of regulations there normally are. Why aren't there regulations that require this equipment?
There are regulations that require a lot of it. Survival suits, EPIRBs, life rafts, those are required items. I have been out there and personally witnessed vessels getting sent back to port, their trips terminated, because life raft repacking is so expensive. Not all fishermen are able to afford it, and they try to sneak out and go fishing without it. There was a gentleman that recently passed away out of Newport this year when the DOS bug went down. The reason he lost his life was the DOS bug did not have a life raft on that vessel. So unfortunately, somebody just passed away this year because of the issue with funds for life raft repacking.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies.